So this needs a lot of stabilising. Strut it to the fairing and then fairing to the rocket. Well, the fairing doesn't seem to be moving, and I don't think I can strut it to the fairing, which is a little bit silly, I admit. How are we going to do this? I suppose we could try ditch these struts. If I take that off, yeah, that's going to be better. I think. I haven't unlocked the decent girders yet, unfortunately, so we can't use a girder cage. We're going to need to add some parachutes onto that, aren't we? Glad I remembered that. Let's go for 3 parachutes on this one because it's a bit heavier. And we're going to need a decoupler on there. Actually, no, with 3 parachutes we should be okay, because that's going to be quite light by the time it's got no fuel in it. Yeah, so that'll be okay. Okay. Now, somehow we need to get the fairing back on though, don't we? Where is it? It's under aerodynamic. Fairing base, fairing adapter. Enable side fairings to hold the part at the top. Right. Fairing base ring. What's the difference between the base ring? Structural base for mounting side fairings and your payload. Decoupler sold separately. Structural base for mounting side fairings and your payload. So we want, what do we want? Something like this. So the fairing will actually technically be attached. Ah, right, that's actually the fairing that goes with these. I was using the wrong fairing before, so that probably didn't help. Okay. So, staging, let's check our staging. All engines and the stability enhancers unlock, then 2 side engines, 2 other side engines, then at that point we want, this would be the fairing to come off, then that decoupler, then the engine fires, and later on the parachute fires. Okay, so I think we're good to go. Okay. How are we looking? There is some wobble about here. I don't, however, see any docking ports sticking out. I think we may have stabilised it. This is going to be quite some launch. Yes, ideally I do need to make the payload smaller and take it up in stages. Unfortunately, there's not really much I can leave off because we don't have the large docking ports. We're just going to have to launch this and see how it goes. We can get Hudzor out for an emergency bailout if necessary. I think we are going to try and send this thing into space. So, We are here with the ESA-1, the Ellitopia Space Administration 1, the first launch made in Season 3 of Kerbal Space Program Live by the new Ellitopia Space Administration, who have taken over the Kerbal Space Centre due to the bankruptcy from their failed mission to Duna. We are ready for launch. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh wow, that took off fast. Okay, let's slow that down. Goodness me, that took off fast. We're already at 100 meters per second. I'm going to hide that. We'll take a screenshot. Lovely. We are already coming up to 200 meters a second, so I'm going to drop our throttle down before we overheat. And before the atmosphere is pushing us back, which it can do now. Going up, we're up to cloud layer now. Here we are, our lovely clouds. Up to 350 meters a second now. I'm going to start our gravity turn here. Okay. Starting the gravity turn there was not the thing to do. Where's the parachute? The parachutes have broken off. The parachutes are gone. Oh. It says we've got a parachute. Oh dear. Nobody tell Hudson. Right. So, gravity turning at that point was not the right thing to do. That is the results of the Ferram Aerospace mod. The friction from the atmosphere bent our payload and broke it off. So, and in the process, somehow managed to break off all the parachutes. Not really too sure how that works, but there we go. So, yeah, Hudson's really not looking too happy now. I think he realises his impending doom. Let's see if we can use the aerodynamics to give him a water landing. We can, look at that. I love how Ferram Aerospace lets you do that. We can now change our descent angle. Whoops. And affect our trajectory. But we are not going to be slow enough. Goodbye, Hudson Kerman. You served us well. So, we head back to the Space Centre. We do not revert. I think the main part of the payload that is giving us all that width is all the docking ports and things that we've added on. So we could, oh mind you, they've got the solar panels attached to them as well. I don't want that. I do want it, but I don't want it in my hand. Where did that come from? It came from there. There we go. Yeah, so if we take these docking ports off for the moment, that will, whoops, that will significantly reduce the profile of our payload. and we could rearrange this here. There we go. So that's a much lower profile launcher. I mean, it's still not perfect, but it is pretty good. So the crew, these have all gone back in again. That's an annoying bug, and I hope they fix that in 0.24. Save that. Check our staging, because that looks like it's all gone wrong. These all fire. They deploy. They go. They go. That goes. Then, yeah, these go. Then that fires. Right, okay, save that. Out to the launch pad. And hopefully the ESA 1A will be going into space. The ESA 1A will be going into space. Yeah, Moobot's not around today. Actually, saying that, nor is Nightbot. Let me see if I can bring Nightbot in on the action here. Just before we launch this. Don't know why Nightbot hasn't joined today. Oh, Nightbot, where are you? Come on, Nightbot. Where are you? He's not joining. Come on, join. Aha! Nightbot is now joining this channel. There we go. Welcome back, Nightbot. Okie dokie. Right. Okay, so we are out on the launch pad with the ESA 1A, the Ellitopia Space Administration 1A. The second launch, but the first launch was rather much of a failure. This one has a much lower profile payload, so hopefully this will facilitate an easier launch. We have Durford Kerman with us this time. We are putting our SAS on. We're putting our throttle to, what was it, about 60%, because that gave us some issues before. We launched far too fast. I'm also going to start our gravity turn a bit earlier, because apparently with the Ferram Aerospace mod, starting earlier doesn't really cause you the issues that it used to in the vanilla Kerbal. So we are going to give this a go. We are ready for launch with the ESA 1A in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff at a much more reasonable speed this time. Still pretty fast though. Let's slow us down even more. And I'm going to start our gravity turn as early as possible. In fact, I'm going to start it a little bit now, just so that the atmosphere doesn't snap this rocket in half like it did last time. I'm going to take it nice and gently. it down bit by bit as we go. Going through the cloud layer now, 7,000 metres. This is roughly where we blew up last time. So this is... come on. It's taking a while to turn over. What was that? Something went pop. Oh, that was our fuel tanks. Oh! Oh, no! Right. Looks like the 1A is not taking us into space either. Let's see if we can find... there's the pod. There's the pod. Okay. Oh, but the parachutes are all gone again. Why are there no parachutes? I don't get it. Why are the parachutes breaking off? Oh well. Let's speed this up. So, 2 launches, 2 men down. Back to the space center again. I think I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me a moment. Let's move them up higher, and we'll go for 3 like that. Maybe something's hitting them as everything detaches. So ideally we need some kind of... we need the separatrons really, don't we? Right, so Barful Kerman is coming out to the launch pad with us. Hopefully this time we won't break up when we try to separate our engines. We are back out on the launch pad. Ooh, bit of a wobble there. Back out on the launch pad with the ESA 1B and Barful Kerman, who's looking very happy to be on this craft. I don't know how long that will last. We didn't get a screenshot of the last one, so let's get a screenshot of this one. Something like that, and we'll go for a sideways one too. Lovely. And let's get our UI back up. Good. So here we are. The ESA 1B. SAS on. Throttle up to not very much. And we are again with the ESA 1B ready for launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff. At a much better speed this time, and we are going to start a gravity turn almost straight away because the aerodynamics of Ferram Aerospace do slightly change how gravity turning works. So hopefully like this we will be able to get better angle. The faster we're going, the harder it is to turn because of the effects the atmosphere is having on us. Look at that, I'm getting a screenshot of that. It's a fantastic view. Let's get ourselves down to 45 degrees. Right, and there go those engines. So let's stabilise ourselves and then we will detach them. Oh, that was much better. There we go. And then let's up our throttle. too much, don't want to overheat. And we are coming outside of the atmosphere with our apoapsis now. Once that hits about 95, I'm going to cut our engines. There we go. We are going to space today, guys. Barthel has successfully taken our craft out of Kerbal atmosphere. Fuel on those engines? Yeah, we have. There they go. So we have to push that right up now. And make sure that we stay horizontal as we increase our apoapsis and get ourselves into a circular orbit. Our old space station was at 300,000 meters, and I found that that was far too high. But perhaps somewhere in between these two would be okay, or 100,000 might be fine. I think 300,000 was too high because then our refueling and things like that became very difficult. The resupply missions were actually quite tricky to get up to the space station. But I do think perhaps maybe 200,000 meters might be a good height. Yeah, 100 kilometers is a transition height, but that would be a good thing if we were to use this as a refueling station, because then we could send someone up, dock with it. I think we'll go a bit higher, but maybe not a lot higher. We'll push this apoapsis up while we're here. We'll push this apoapsis up to around 200,000 meters, I think. Come on. This thing's really heavy. There we go. 200,000 and a half. 200,500 kilometers. And then what we will do is, if we can... Oh, we've got... Oh no, the RCS is inside the fairing, isn't it? We haven't actually dropped the fairing off, have we? We should probably have done that a while ago. I was expecting that we would have had to have dumped this engine off. But shall we do that? Shall we dump the fairing? Oh, okay. We'll dump one. And then the other. There we go. Fairing's dumped. Nice bit of space debris there. Fortunately, that'll be on a different orbit to our actual station once it's up there and ready. If I turn the RCS on now, yeah, there we go. So we can actually, let's turn the RCS, the SAS off, and we'll spin us around and take us round to our apoapsis. That's the periapsis. So, and then at the apoapsis we will burn to circularize this once more. How far are we from the apoapsis? 200,000. No, hang on. SAS on. But we'll get the RCS. No, SAS off. RCS taking us up. And then SAS back on. And we will start burning. Okay, now that is close enough. To just under 200,000 and at 201,000. Oh, look at that. Bang on 200,000. There we go. RCS off. And let's have a look at our space station now. Here we are. Barfel is doing a good job there. Well done, Barfel. So, let's get some lights on. Not particularly powerful lights. Better than nothing, but not fantastic. Something for us to spot when we're trying to dock with it, I guess. And the next thing to do is to get the solar panels out. These are huge solar panels. Let's hide that. There we go. No, not that one. Extend panels. Come on. I said extend panels. There we go. Extend panels. Extend panels. Lovely. Now, I haven't actually fitted anything onto this space station for us to control it with. So that could give us some issues, but fortunately we're pointing in a fairly decent direction for our orbit, so we won't hopefully need to turn it around all that much. However, let's get some of these going. Let's get one pointing to mission control, one pointing to Trident 8B, our communication satellite, one set to active vessel, and that one we'll leave deactivated for now. We haven't got anything specific that we need to point it at, but we may do later on. We could just say point it at KerbCam, I suppose, but in fact, yeah, no, we won't do that. We'll leave it with no target. So we've got 3 of our communication dishes active now. And our space station is in a stable orbit. Now, interestingly enough, we still have fuel in these. We have a full fuel tank there. So I'm tempted to actually leave this attached and send up a second ship to bring Barfel home. There are certainly enough resources up here as far as food and all that is concerned. He has enough to last him 2,566 days, which is more than enough. So I'm tempted to leave him attached up here so that we can actually use this as a refueling station later on. Don't know what all these struts are doing around here. Look at that. But yeah, this is an active space station now, and there is no reason why we couldn't leave Barfel here. Let's just have a look, see if we can get any science points off of these. Nope, pressure data can't be done. Seismic data can't be done. Temperature, I'm pretty sure, can't be done. That's the science lab. Understaffed, not enough crew. Right, I tell you what then, what we're going to do is we are going to put Barfel on EVA. Where have you gone? There he is. And we are going to put him in the science lab. Whoops, come on. Whoa, slow down. Where's the door? The door's the other side, typical. Whoa, come on. Grab. Whoa! Stop! I hate that bug. Right, let's try this again. Let's try this the right way. Let's get underneath it. And then with my left mouse button we will rotate him like so, so that he is facing when we grab. There we go. Board. Wonderful. So, now I don't know whether this actually does have some control because it is now operational but understaffed for research. And I can take a crew report from here, so I've got a feeling that this has got some kind of control. If I take a crew report I don't get anything because we've already got the crew report from here. But we have one of the 3 staff. Can we get an IVA from here? Oh, we can, look at that. This is our research lab. Or the hub for our research lab. It's the same same interior as the hitchhiker's containment unit or whatever it's called. So there we go. We have an operational space station with a new upgraded science lab at 200,000 meters. We have a carbon extractor and an air filter. We have, where is it, in here somewhere, a water purifier and I believe a water separator it's called. I've done those in a different order the other side. Huh. There we go, a water splitter, that's the one. So that means that the resources we do have will last even longer. The only thing we can't reproduce is food. So we can send up food supplies, but we can turn carbon dioxide into oxygen. We can turn water into oxygen. We can turn... what can we do? We can filter the water, I believe, to turn it back into drinkable water. I can't quite remember if we can do that. But there we go. Our space station is operational. So the next stage of our space station will be to send up the modules where the research will actually be taking place. And that is what we will be doing in next week's live stream. We've been streaming for roughly 2 hours. We have had 2 very unsuccessful launches and 1 successful launch of a new space station. Between now and next week's stream, I will probably look at deorbiting the other space station to see how we can do that. Perhaps sending up a Kerbal to have a controlled launch to bring that back down. But in the meantime, thank you for watching, guys. I have been El Bristow. You've been watching Ellitopia Gaming. Please don't forget to follow if you're watching this on Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Let me know where you want this series to go in the comments. And I will see you next time, guys. See you later.